Peace and blessings be with you. It's your servant Akilanis. This is my cherry tomato plant. Ah, this is my first time growing it, and I think I'm doing good with it. So I have one here, and I have one here. I started this one later, and I'm growing them two different ways. So this one, uh, basically, I'm not pruning it. I just pruned down at the bottom to remove any low growing leaves so that it doesn't pick up any fungus or germs, bacteria from the ground. But other than that, I'm not pruning it, and I just staked for support all the arms growing. So is to compare this one to this one, and this one I am pruning it, but I'm going to stop. But basically, what I was doing was just here growing the main stem and not letting any suckers grow. But doing further research with cherry tomatoes, uh, they don't need to be pruned like plum tomatoes do. And the reason why with the suckers on the plum tomatoes, when you reduce the suckers, you get more tomatoes, Uh, but with the cherry, their suckers produce a lot of tomatoes, so there's no need to prune to remove the suckers. It's just early pruning down at the bottom to remove any leaves that touches the ground. Uh, but here, I'm getting some couple of ripe ones here. They're about ready. Hey, to pick these here. So now, if you've been following, you know that my soil, because I'm close to the beach, my soil is very sandy. So I tried to grow plum tomatoes last year, and I was getting bottom rot root. So I think one thing was the poor nutrient quality of my soil, and I was using borehole water, which was pretty salty. So this year I have a well. I'm using the well, which is more fresh water. And if you followed me, I put a link here how I made this bed using a terra preta technique. So the soil is really, really rich and it's supporting all the growth of my plants. So I have this one here that's giving me, you can see tomatoes are all over the place here. And there's lots of flowers. So this one is growing well, and as there was to compare to this one, uh, you can see got a bunch of tomatoes there. Uh, but again, I was pruning these to take away the suckers, but now I'm going to let the suckers grow because again, I just through my studies, uh, the suckers do produce a lot of uh, tomatoes. So I'm just going to let it grow and get more tomatoes. And you can see all over here, there's tomatoes all over the tree here, the plant here, from all of its suckers. So this is again, my first time growing cherry tomatoes myself. In America, my mom has. My brother was growing there, so I used to get cherry tomatoes from them. But like, this is my first time growing here in Kenya, and seems to be doing well. And I'm about to get some of those cherry tomatoes.